I find myself standing at the edge of a tranquil lake. The water is still, the surface smooth like glass reflecting the sky above. Trees surround the shoreline, their leaves rustling softly in a breeze that I cannot feel. Everything is dreamlike, too vivid to be real, yet somehow lacking the weight of reality. I kneel down to touch the water, expecting the chill to bite into my fingers, but there is nothing. No sensation at all. I glance down at my hands and notice that the tips of my fingers have faded as if they were erased with a soft brush. Panic sets in, but before I can react, a wave of darkness washes over me. My vision narrows, the lake blurs, and the world goes black. When I open my eyes again, I'm in a dense forest. The air is thick with the scent of pine and earth. Tall trees rise around me, their branches weaving a canopy that filters the sunlight into shafts of gold. I walk, or at least I think I do. The ground feels solid beneath my feet, but each step is like moving through syrup. I hear the distant call of birds and the rustle of unseen animals. But when I look down, I see my legs are fading, first my feet, then my shins. I try to move faster, but it's like my body is dissolving into the air. The ground beneath me blurs, and once again, everything goes black. I wake up to a cold that bites deep. The landscape has changed entirely. A vast, empty tundra stretches as far as the eye can see, covered in a blanket of snow that reflects the pale, weak light of the sun. The cold is suffocating, but I can't feel it fully, only a faint tingling that's slipping away. As I trudge forward, I notice my hands have vanished up to my wrists. The edges of my arms are fraying, dissolving like smoke caught in the wind. I scream, but the sound is muted, swallowed by the frozen air. My vision blurs and I collapse into the snow as darkness claims me once more. I awaken on the vast sheet of ice, the horizon shimmering with the reflection of a pale sun. Cracks spread beneath my feet like veins, threatening to swallow me whole. I try to move, but my body is now just a torso. My legs are gone, replaced by nothing but empty air. The ice beneath me groans, threatening to break, and I can feel myself slipping, falling, though there is no sensation of impact. I reach out desperately, but my arms have vanished, and all that remains is my head and chest. As my vision dims, I fall into the darkness once again. This time, I found myself in a wet heat of a tropical forest. The air is thick with humidity, and the smell of wet earth and rotten vegetation surrounds me. Birds call from the trees, their cries sharp and mocking. I stumble forward, but my chest is fading now, dissolving with each labored breath. I can feel my heartbeat slowing, becoming fainter. My vision is narrowing to a tunnel, and I know that soon all that will be left is my head. With one last gasp, I fade completely into the dark. The darkness lifts, and I am submerged beneath crystal clear water, surrounded by vibrant coral and schools of colorful fish. The water is impossibly blue, but I can feel its pressure or the chill that should be freezing me to the bone. I drift forward, trying to swim, but I have no arms or legs left. My torso dissolves, leaving only my head floating into the water. The fish swims through me as if I'm not there. I try to scream, but only bubbles rise from where my mouth should be. And then, I'm gone again. I awaken in a range of jagged mountains, their peaks piercing through thick clouds. The air is thin and sharp, making it hard to breathe. But what does it matter? I have no lungs left, no body to sustain. I'm nothing but a floating head now, watching the mountains crumble and the ground beneath them tremble. My eyes begin to blur as they too start to dissolve, and I know that soon even the darkness will be gone. I emerge from the darkness on a vast plain of cracked, volcanic rock. The air smells of sulfur, and in the distance rivers of molten lava flow like winds of fire. The ground is hot, but I don't feel it. I am nothing but a pair of eyes and a fading consciousness now. I can see my own vision collapsing inward, my senses narrowing to a single point. I want to run, to scream, but I have nothing left to move or make sound. Just as anything goes black again, I sense one final shift. I find myself on the beach of volcanic black sand. The waves crash against the shore, sending up sprays of mist. There is a strange, distant light in the sky that isn't the sun but some otherworldly glow. Far down the beach I see a figure, a dark silhouette against the shifting grey horizon. Desperation grips me, and I scream with all what's left of my fading mind. What is happening? I shout, though I have no mouth. The figure turns, slowly making its way toward me. It is tall, impossibly thin. As it draws near, I realize its face is a blur, constantly shifting and changing like something seen through warped glass. Do you really want to know the truth? It asks, its voice like a whisper that cuts through the air. Yes, I gasp. I need to know. The figure nods, its face twisting into a grotesque smile that makes my non-existent skin crawl. You are not here, it says softly. You never were. Reality flickers, and I am suddenly aware of a harsh, sterile light above me. There is no beach, no sand, no distant figure. I am not standing and floating. Or rather, my consciousness is suspended in a dark, viscous fluid. I am aware of wires, electrodes, a constant hum of machinery. I have no body, just thoughts, just fragments of memory floating in the dark. I hear voices now, muffled and distant, like they are coming from behind a wall. He's conscious again, one voice says. It sounds tired, irritated. Pull him out, says another voice, younger, sharper. He's starting to figure it out. There is a sensation of pressure, a hiss of air, and then I'm no longer in fluid. I'm somewhere. I don't know where. Hello? I tried to say, but there is no sound, only thoughts. The voices continue, clearer now. He keeps trying to shut himself down, the younger voice says. He's starting to become self-aware. What did you expect? The older voice replies. This is the first time he's figured it out, just wipe the memories and start again. But he said he wanted to be shut down, the younger voice insists. Anyway, he's a perfectly good specimen, we need the data, just reset him. I feel something being lifted from what remains of my consciousness, a helmet, a device of some kind. There is a coldness, a numbness, and then darkness. But before the darkness finally sets, I see myself. A brain in a jar, with a body left in a car crash, an experiment donated to a scientific lab to study. I try to hold on to this memory, but it fades like my non-existent body before. and then it starts again.